So we'll move on to our second speaker in the panel. So I'd like to introduce Thomas Zurbuchen, Associate Administrator for Science Mission Directorate for NASA. Thank you, Thomas.
Jacob, I just want to confirm that you can see me or hear me, or both.
I can see and hear you. Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, look, I really appreciate first following Kate here. I'm so glad that she is at the agency, and is just as excited as I am about all things science, and especially the science that's, of course, happening in conjunction with Artemis, the science of the moon and of Mars as we go forward. You know, the for us, Artemis is, of course, at the top of it is really about key objectives and values to citizens that are absolutely compelling in at least three areas. The first one, of course, is the tremendous inspiration that human exploration brings with it, together with robotic exploration. You know, kind of inspiration that truly changes lives. That changed my life. So many of the people here, especially people who are older than me in many cases, what they're talking about is that Apollo did that for them. It's that enormous inspiration. Of course, it also relates to leadership in a broad fashion, as both as a nation and kind of a nation that has never seen leadership and kind of collaboration as opposing values. And that is the second point. We do it because we lead, and I think that's really important, especially as we look forward in this kind of overall evolution of things. And then the third one is science, which is so critical. Science, of course, that has transformative value, has value about both understanding us here, our own history, but also understanding this celestial neighbor of ours that's in the sky every night, or most nights, I would say, and really can teach us a lot about the universe. So as we go forward, right, and as we look at this, I just want to tell you, of course, there's multiple people speaking right behind me, and I want to make sure that I don't steal their thunder. But for me, science is really happening in at least three different ways. The first one is opportunistic science that of course, whenever we go somewhere, whether it's with Gateway or whether it's on the surface of the moon with humans, the first time we go there, clearly science, surviving, bringing these humans back safely is and will always be the highest priority. But we want, from the beginning, not lose any opportunity to do science. On Gateway, for example, we have the Hermes payload, which is a sophisticated space weather payload, which of course teaches us kind of about space weather in that unique orbit that Gateway will be in. But it also will actually teach us kind of how to take local data and assimilate it in weather forecast, space weather forecasting in this case, towards kind of applications that we'll have later on. So we have opportunistic science. The second one is kind of science, kind of at the mission of opportunity and small explorer levels, kind of exciting science that we're going forward with. There, I'm thinking about CLIPS science. That's really what the commercial lunar payload services are. It takes something that used to be at the decadal level, which, by the way, is what the final bucket is, and puts it into, highest level priorities, puts it into kind of a format that is affordable, kind of in a mission of opportunity explorer class level, whether it's looking for volatiles on the surface of the moon or kind of exploring the radio quiet areas when the Earth and the Sun and the big planets are on one side of the moon and it's total darkness and radio quiet time, looking at the deep universe. It's that opportunity we're taking advantage of. The final part is one that we're learning a lot from this decadal survey, and I'm sure Laurie's going to talk about that later on, as do others in her team. And we're really excited to really implement that. This work, of course, is still ongoing, but this work is very much critical as we go forward. And it really makes sure that Artemis overall delivers on all of these values that I talked to you about. Inspiration, which of course requires transparency, which we try to model in science all the time. This national imperatives that are there related to our leadership internationally and the science, which of course I consider the most important. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Thomas.